Have you noticed something interesting about political speeches? Sometimes they are not just probably describing the reality. They are about creating a story supporters will remember. That's exactly why Donald Trump's recent comments have sparked so much debate. What he's telling and what exactly the things are in reality. Trump recently argued that just a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, America was a laughingstock. But today, United States is respected all around the world like never before. Now, he described America as strong, more influential, and more admired because of his leadership. Take a look at this.
I'm proud that 2 years ago we had a country that was a laughingstock all over the world, and now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world, the most respected country anywhere in the world. I'll tell you, the King of Saudi Arabia, I was with him a year ago, smart guy, good guy. He said to me, "Sir, you know, it's amazing." And this was as we were just started to really, and we've made a lot of progress since then. You see the numbers, factories being built all over the country at a level that we've never had before. But he said, you know, 1 year ago, during the Biden, Sleepy Joe, during the Biden administration, he said 1 year ago, your country was dead. We gave up on your country. They were looking at China. They were looking at others to protect them. They were looking at other countries. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. He said that, and it's true. Now it's even more so than it was then. Hottest country anywhere in the world.
That's a bold claim. But when you look at everything that was happening around the world, at the same time, the picture becomes more and more complicated. Here's why. Respect on the world stage isn't something that can be measured with just one speech or one headline. Different countries, different governments, different media organizations, and different people can have completely and totally different opinion at the exact same moment. Now, for example, while Donald Trump was describing America as more respected than ever, there will still international newspaper, television commentators, and political analysts criticizing the policies and public statement. That's not usual. Every American president receives criticisms overseas, and that's normal. The question is whether the criticisms fits the claim that America is now universally respected. That's kind of contradiction here. So, take the recent television tensions involving Iran. During the period, there were things, videos, cartoons coming out, social media posting, mocking Donald Trump personally, Iran.
Hey, orange pig, America first? Oops. Oh boy, that was the slogan you sold. But Bibi's pulling strings and your vote is getting cold. We're not just fighting for Iran, hear this clear. Your people reached out to us, yeah, we got the DMs here. If one nation's gonna stand against the Epstein regime's fear, it's us till the last breath, we've been doing it for years. We're standing here for everyone, your system ever wrong, they've known all along. The enemy was always you. The real threat wore a suit and sung a patriotic song while selling their own citizens and calling it strong. Stealing from your own people, making them bleed, taking tax dollars just to fund your own greed. They waking up to the lies, the illusions of burst. You screamed America first, now you put losers first. Make Israel great again. Your government is run by pedophiles. They ordered you to die for Israel. They ordered you to die for Israel. They lied to you all. We saw everything. If the public ever saw the files, man, the planet would shake from the level of filth and the...
Here's why. Respect on the world stage isn't something that can be measured with just one speech or one headline. Look, different countries, different governments, different media organizations, and different people can have completely and totally different opinion at the exact same moment. Well, nothing matches here. For example, take a look at this. Donald Trump was describing America as more respected than ever. There were still international newspaper, television commentators, and political analysts criticizing his policies and public statements. That's not unusual. Every American president receives criticisms overseas. Every question is whether that criticism fits the claim that America is now universally respected or not. Now, take the recent tensions involving Iran. This is so important. During that period, there were some videos, cartoons, and social media posting mocking Donald Trump personally. That was a political embarrassment, part of an international politics, and leaders from many countries, including American presidents, have been frequent targets of that. But he's saying it's more expected. That doesn't necessarily tell us what every government thinks, but it does show that public criticisms and ridicule continue to exist on this. Another example involved Donald Trump's comment about a conversation with an Italian Prime Minister, Meloni. Right. After his remark, some Italian media outlet challenged the description of what happened and questioned his version of the event.
Dunque, certe cose meritano una risposta immediata. Le dichiarazioni di Donald Trump sono dichiarazioni totalmente inventate, sono francamente allibita, non so perché il Presidente degli Stati Uniti si comporti così con i propri alleati, non è del resto la prima volta che accade, posso solo dire che dispiace che non abbia la stessa determinazione con i nemici dell'Occidente, con i nemici degli Stati Uniti, con leadership con le quali invece si dimostra molto più accondiscendente, però una cosa se la deve ricordare, io e l'Italia non imploriamo mai.
That became another example critics pointed to when arguing the international reaction were more mixed than Trump's speech suggested. This is where the debate becomes so interesting, what he's telling in America and what's happening about outside of America. Look, Donald Trump thinks America is respected, talking about the relationship between the governments, and he's talking about the economic influence. He's talking about the military power, or he's making a broader political statement designed to persuade voters. Now, those are different questions. They don't always have the same answers. America remains one of the world's largest economies. I'm not denying this. One of the strongest military powers and one of the most influential countries in global politics, regardless who occupies the White House. Doesn't matter. At the same time, the United States also continues to face a lot of criticisms from the foreign governments, journalists, activists, and commentators over probably different policies and decision making. Now, those two realities can exist in the same time. That's why it's important not to reduce international opinion to a single sentence right here. If someone says United States of America is more respected everywhere, then that's a broad claim. If someone else says the entire world is laughing at America, that's also a broad claim. Reality is usually somewhere in between here. Some governments may welcome probably certain American policies while others, they oppose it totally. Some foreign newspapers, they praise one decision and criticize a lot of the rest of them. Now, public opinion also varies dramatically from one country to another country by what Trump is saying and what's really happening. Political speeches are often and simplify these complexities into memorable slogans because they are designed to persuade audience, not to provide a comprehensive survey to the world opinions. That's why it's useful to compare political rhetoric with publicly available reporting from multiple countries. Instead of asking whether one sentence is completely true or completely false, it can be more informative to ask whether captures the full picture. In this case, critics argue that it does not. Now, they point to ongoing criticisms in the foreign media, and they also say Donald Trump's words are not matching. Now, over all this, while we are seeing what Trump is saying here in the speech, what happened yesterday doesn't really matches what was happening outside of the United States. People were laughing on Trump. People were laughing on how he is probably contradicting himself. For example, take Meloni. She's telling he is lying very clearly. He's fabricating these things very clearly. Now, that doesn't match anymore because he's saying something inside nation and something is happening outside America. But think about this. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think Donald Trump is this something new, or he doesn't realize, or is something casual what he is always lying about, and what's the reality in fact is something else outside of the United States. People are laughing on this constantly. I'm not telling United States has to be respected or some country has to be respected. We are humans. We have critics. We have praises. We have every single qualities, but depends how you behave in the world stage. People will treat you in that way. Thank you. Probably see you in the next video. Hopefully you subscribe and stay more tuned.